And the list is kind of just what I came up with on the fly at the end of the workday, if I'm being honest with you guys. So we're playing the. Whew, sorry. All right. We're playing typical 19 lands. I know a lot of people play 20, but I'm a big fan of 19. Um, and it's a lot of like Boros Burn stuff, but instead of Eidolons, we're playing Stormfist Crusader, and we're playing Bump of the Night as an extra one drop. And we get to run 4 Skullcracks in the main this way because we don't have Boros Charm or Helix to play. So we could be playing Sovereign's Bite, but we're not going to. We're going to play 1, and then the sideboard is pretty good stuff. We have Dragon's Claw for the mirror-ish. We have Fatal Push to deal with like Core Firewalker or other creatures in general. Rakdos Charm is a good utility card. It deals with graveyards. It can deal damage to people playing humans, or it destroys artifacts. Reign of Gore is really good against the green-white Heliod combo deck that's picking up right now. And 4 Eidolons just for like anything that's kind of grindy or anything that you really just like want. That kind of like anything you just want an Eidolon against. So we're going to go ahead and jump in here. Get our second league in earlier tonight. In case you missed it earlier, we played Naya Collected Company and Pioneer, and we went 3-2. The deck was pretty good. I don't know if it's the power level of the deck or if it needs some tweaking or if we had a couple bad draws. But it just feels like it might be missing something. Maybe we could test it out and try it again next week or something like that. Also, if you're a sub and you're hanging out in the chat tonight, I actually Carly helped me out and took some time to help figure out emotes. So if you're a sub, you have access to an emote that I made that we made for the chat, and then there is an emote for anytime you cheer, and it's actually a picture of mine and Carly's cat, which actually doubles as the fattest cat in the whole world. So yeah, there's that. I see you over there. You know I'm talking about you, don't you? Psst. What are you doing, Taryn? Come here. Yeah, sweet kitty, I know. Alright. We probably wasted all of our being on the play during our Pioneer League. Yep, already on the draw. We really like to be on the play with Burn. So M. Lovelace. Alright. This hand's solid. Burn spells, lands, Goblin Guide. Our opponent mulligans to 6. Pretty good draw. The upside of playing the black version of the Rakdos version of Burn is that we get to play 4 Skullcracks in the main. Now, we don't have any in our hand right now, but it is an upside to the deck and the way that it functions. I'm hoping it's not a path, but it smells like one. So, Thalia is kind of rough here. We can bump in the night for 2 mana and say go here. Unfortunately, there's not really any kind of bluffing we get to do with Goblin Guide and attacking. Like, even if we there's just no bluffing there. So this feels like a pretty good Fatal Push matchup here. Field of Ruin, okay. Stoneforge Mystic. Batterskull, like this game. Man, we might be forced to Searing Blaze the Stoneforge Mystic here. Searing Blaze this, put you to 12, and then next turn we can... And then next turn we can Lava Spike you to 9, Skewer the Thalia, And then we have quite a few outs here. So, yeah, I mean, the game's not looking bad. Maybe we get lucky and our opponent just doesn't have a 5th land. That's also a possibility. I think they were considering playing their path there at the end of the turn. But then or when I went to Searing Blaze, the Stoneforge, but their Thalia checks that, so works out pretty well for us. Probably the only time I'll ever be playing Burn against Thalia and say that it works out well for us. So, take that for what it's worth. Field of Ruin, our Blackcleave Cliffs will take a mountain here. They're going to take a Plains. Play Giver of Runes. Okay. So we actually just have 12 points here. There's no reason to kill Thalia or do anything fancy. We can just go upstairs, and even if they slam the Batterskull this turn, it doesn't matter. They have to have a way to gain life right here, right now, or stop us from finding a land to play our spell. So, I'm really hoping that they just play the Batterskull here. Skyclave Apparition. Okay. Yep. Would be lying if I said I wasn't a little confused by that line of play. Like, maybe they have, like, Mana Tithe here or something, and it's just a blowout. I guess it's not really a blowout, but yeah, okay. Alright, so we win the first one. So this feels like a matchup that a couple Rakdos Charm actually doesn't seem bad in, and Fatal Push is pretty sweet here. Menace seems actually pretty reasonable. Skullcrack seems good. Goblin Guide and Swiss Spear seem bad here. And maybe we cut a Stormfist Crusader because we're on the draw. Actually, I think we'd only like to have one Rakdos Charm and try it this way. Our creatures aren't great, but at least Menace gives us an out there, and it'll draw us an extra card. So Menace attacks through the Thalia. It feels pretty good to win game 1 there on the draw against Mono White Death and Taxes. It's not one you win often, especially on the draw. So it stands great. We have Goblin Guide, Interaction, and Burn Spells. 2 lands. Like, it honestly doesn't get much better than this. So it's like worst case scenario here. They have like a path. I mean, path's not even terrible because it gives us an extra land. So Skyclave Apparition is okay. I don't really see them running path in this deck, but it's possible that they do. Run out Core Firewalker. Fatal Push is also really sweet there. We get to bump in the night and put them to 13 here. And then we have lands 3 and 4. Canopy Land helps here, and we'll happily take spells the rest of the way. Play Thalia. I'm not gonna lie, playing Thalia there feels kind of weird. So we're gonna play the Canyon here in case they have just in case they have like a, I don't know, like in case we draw a Searing Blaze and we need to use it. Burrington Forge Tender is really good. Play Skyclave Apparition, take our Goblin Guide here. Yep. Get in for 2. Forge Tinder kind of protects them the rest of the way from any of our spells being lethal. And we're just going to go ahead and go to 15 here and just like put them to 4. And not having Boros Charm. This is one of those times that not having Boros Charm is kind of rough. So take 5, go to 9. We need to hit running spells here, but the fact that we have another land and a canyon in our hand and a canyon on the field is really good. Alright, I blow up our canyon, they're taking that out off the field. That kind of sucks, but we kind of knew it was coming. I mean... So, from here, we don't actually... They're going to prevent this, okay. Flashback. So, I think it's better to hold... To actually hold the land for a Searing Blaze effect, for Searing Blaze here. Fatal Push is also really good. Like, Searing Blaze is probably our best draw right here. Skullcrack's pretty good. I mean, there are a lot of good outs here. A lot of good draw steps. Imagine they're going to add pressure to the board here. So that's 6. So we really need this to be Searing Blaze. Yeah, sorry. So, because even if we push the Thalia, we take 4, and then we don't have a 4-mana burn spell to win the game with, and even Sovereign Spite puts us to 4, and then we are looking at lethal on board. So, you know, Reign of Gore would be a considerable out here. I don't think it's something we want, though. I think we'll just take our 1 of Rakdos Charm and hope it's good enough, and just try to run it on the play. So, this is a very questionable hand, but I think we got to keep this, and just kind of hope we peel a land off the top here. Darren, what you doing, sweet kitty? Alright, so our opponent's on 6. Play Swiss Spear. Hopefully we draw a land so that we can go Swiss Spear into Rift Bolt. And we really just like to hit like Black Cleave Cliffs right here. Land, please. Woo! We did it. We're going to attack for 2 here. I don't think these decks play Path, but they might. I mean, the fact that we've played... yeah, okay. We'll take a basic. I'm a little confused. I think he misclicked there and took 1 too many. Suspend Rift Bolt. So if they play Thalia, we can just kill Thalia. We get to pay an extra 1 to kill Thalia here. Core Firewalker would have been backbreaking right there. Pay the 1. Always yield the prowess. Oh, that's right. They haven't actually taken damage. So we're going to cycle. We're going to suspend Rift Bolt, and then we're going to try to have a big turn next turn. So, feels like we're in a pretty decent spot with a Rift Bolt suspended, and we've already got a Thalia off the field. They might have another Thalia, but who knows. Plus, I think signaling that, yeah, let's go, Ben. Get the emotes going. That's what I'm talking about. Yeah, I use my face. So Skyclave Apparition is really okay because we don't need the 1/1, and we just don't really care about it. We are committing to this line of play here. We get to hold up Skullcrack here. That's my face while trying to follow what's happening. I can appreciate your honesty. I mean, I feel like you have a pretty decent understanding of Magic, honestly, Ben. Like, I mean, like I was like, you play the Xbox version. I was like, I know you understand the game. Hey, I've been pretty good, man. How about yourself? What have you been into? I heard you guys are moving not this week, but next week. Heard you guys are moving close too. I hope you're ready to spend a lot of quality time together, Ben. Batterskull. Alright, so we got the win here. We're gonna Skullcrack. We're gonna untap Lava Spike. And Sovereign's Bite. And we win. Alright, so we're 1-0 with the old Rakdos Burn deck. Take the first match there over Mono White Death, and boom. Alright, we're 1-0. Got the second game here. We're on the play. Get a little high and good luck action going on for our opponent there. Oh, Jabberwocky. Okay. Alright, we see you. This hand's good. We wish we had a creature, but it's okay. There's not much we can do about it. Plus, our opponent's on Luris, which means Searing Blaze is hopefully good. If not, it's probably like the Grixis control deck. Who's that? It's Logan Nettles, Reed Duke's cousin. So, I'm probably about to get throttled, but hopefully it's not too bad. I'm not gonna lie, peeling like a Bob effect here with like drawing Stormfist Crusader right here would be like the nuts. On Luris, probably like Death Shadow if I had to guess. We're gonna play our Lava Spike. We're gonna play our Blood Crypt tapped, and we're gonna say go here. He's at 13. If he's playing Shadow, we're pretty much already out of gas. He's probably got a removal spell here, but we're going to run on our Goblin God anyway. He didn't play anything on turn 2, which to me kind of signals that he has some kind of removal spell here. Yeah, Fatal Push seems good. The 2 lands here aren't great. He's going to take our Searing Blaze, see that our hand is trash. I was like, if he has a win condition, it's pretty much clear sailing from here. So this is hard because we're just furthering the clock here. So I think we're just gonna play this and say go and see what we can get here. We would have liked to have drawn like a bolt or something there so that we could like maybe try to snag a shadow here. Like right here would have been ideal to have been able to have snagged a shadow if we needed to. Put Luris into his hand. So, Bolt, Skewer, there are a lot of good options here, honestly. So, we're going to at least force him to play it and play the Shadow. And we'll go ahead and run out the Bump in the Night. Maybe we shouldn't, but maybe we should just hang on to it. But I think at least taking forcing him to play the Lurrus and play the Shadow here is pretty good for us. We'd like to draw a Bolt effect here to get the Lurrus off the field. Skullcrack is actually a great draw here, because unless he has TBR in his hand, we still have a chance. Because he doesn't get to gain any life. I actually kind of forgot that was a card here. We're really hoping this isn't TBR. It's very possible it is, though. Pretty sure this deck plays like 2 or 3. And also, if nothing else, it feels like my opponent always has it. And we have to play the Skullcrack here. If I'm dead, I'm dead. There's not much I can do about it. He goes to 2, we take 14, go to 3. Hopefully he doesn't have a bolt. Normally I think they play like 1 or 2 or something like that. Yeah, he's looking for a bolt here. Please don't find it. Please let me draw a 3-mana burn spell off the top. Please don't have it. Please let me draw it. No! Gosh. That sucks. Oh well. Yeah, see, the Rift Bolt would have been great. Drawing a 5th land there is really bad. Especially considering that we have... yeah, that's exactly how I feel right now. So Eidolon seems good. Fatal Push seems good. Searing Blaze is next to terrible. I feel like we don't want 6 2-drop creatures. Hey Kyle, what's up, bro? How you doing, man? And you know, honestly, we might want some number of Rakdos Charm. I think we try it like this and see what happens. It's probably a little greedy, but... Baby, what are you doing? Oh. So this hand's great. We're gonna keep this. 3 burn spells, 2 creatures, 2 lands. Like, you can't ask for much else, and it's our dark confidant effect creature. So really interested to see how this plays out. I consider just playing actual dark confidants in burn, but so our opponents either stepped away for a second or they're hard in the tank about what they should be doing. Hey Kyle, you should check out the emotes, man. I don't know if you saw when you jumped in the chat, but I made a emote for subscribers. And when I say I made an emote, I mean Carly made an emote for subscribers. But all right, our opponent either kept on a risky hand or they stepped away. So having double creature here to lead on feels pretty solid. I like having the creatures here to play on. It's also possible that the way the game is going that our opponent is just lagging. So I imagine that there's either a Fatal Push in the wings or there's like some kind of Inquisition or Thoughtseize, like Thoughtseize effect. So Bobble me. Okay. Had no intentions of keeping that. So now they know what's on top, and they get to Inquisition us. Take our Stormfist Crusader. Okay. We're going to go ahead and run out our Goblin Guide here. Creatures are good for us the rest of the way. I feel like it's pretty clear that he feels like he can't beat creatures. So we'll go ahead and play out our skewer. Just try to end the game here. Again, could be wrong. We could be looking at Death Shadows, and maybe we should have held our skewers. But I like to get our points in while we can. Collective Brutality here is kind of backbreaking. Inquisition, take one of our skewers. Red smells like a lightning bolt. We're just going to go ahead and play our spells here. He knows the last card in our hand is Skewer the Critics. Lightning Bolt our Swiss Spear. Okay. Put you to 6. Put you to 4 off the Goblin Guide. Hopefully we're not looking at like Double Shadow here or something. We know he has a Thoughtseize, a Blood Crypt. Yeah, Thoughtseize and a Blood Crypt. Because Aluris is still in... still his companion spot. Nine Shadows, pretty good. Really would have liked to have seen a spell there. Even the Stormfist Crusader would have been pretty good. What are you losing your shit about over there?
Because Kyle's telling Ben about the lamp that looks like
I see. So, if he doesn't have a removal spell here, we're giving ourselves an out to draw to... Didn't really want to, just wanted to play our land there.
It's like no one thinks about it until you mention it, and then it's like, okay, well, okay.
We've stopped here, and I'm not really sure why. We know there's Thoughtseize K command and Luris in our opponent's hand. Should have played the land there, just so that we can...
I need new friends.
Just so that we could... He's targeting me again. And if he concedes here, then...
Yeah, never mind. It was a while ago. I forgot.
Eidolon's pretty good there. So he's forced to attack, and we're just going to take 3 if he does here. Because if not, he's just locked for the rest of the game. Yep. We're happy to take 3 here and go to 17 to let him go to 5, which means he gets 2 spells here if he wants them. But if he plays anything, he's just dead to any burn spell off the top here. He could play Shadow and then K command and then hope it's not an instant. That's a lot of lands he's drawn. I think it's worth fetching during our upkeep here, just to try and thin the deck out. Yep, discard our Rift Bolt, which kind of sucks there, but... So, yeah, unfortunately we just Like, he had it out there and he drew into it. We had to. I mean, his out was that we draw not Lightning Bolt, Skullcrack, or Searing Blaze. I feel like him fetching there is kind of wrong, if I'm being honest with you. Again, like he could be like about to play Weather the Storm or something crazy. Like I don't know, but it seems Croxa. Okay. I still don't know why he fetched there. And again, we've had multiple outs this game to we've had multiple outs to win. But we just didn't draw the way we needed to, so that sucks. That's all right because he's just gonna go to 6 here, and then, his hand's really good. Our opponent has no companion. Keep 7. We're gonna keep. Hand's great. Whenever you play someone and they get life back, I'm always like, no, die, you shit. Yeah, dude. Honestly, that's like how I feel every time, especially when I'm playing like Burn. So it's tough to be okay with your opponent getting life when you're playing the old Burn deck. So, but yeah, no, I get it, Ben. I feel you. Monastery Swiss Spear off the top. Our opponent skewers, has another land, suspends Rift Bolt. Probably gets another basic here if I had to guess. Yep. We'd like to have had a fetch land there so that we could have gotten another card off of that, but not much you can do about it. Next turn we have Swiss Spear, Lava Spike, and Rift Bolt at the ready. So we're looking at a turn 4 kill here, but it's very possible we're also just dead on turn 4. So
I was just saying that you've never been like killed and like your guy just explodes like just guts.
hopefully they don't have like a, I was gonna say like a bolt there. I guess they still could. So they're like, I feel like they're pretty dead if they don't just have us here. They're drawing cards here, so yeah, Helix is pretty good. Bolt them. I like to draw an untapped land here. We get to play this and then hold up Skullcrack. So feels pretty good here. Really like the spot we're in. Hopefully they're forced to tap out and play something. Goblin Guide's good. I mean, it doesn't really matter what they hit here off Goblin Guide. They hit a land, which is fine for us. We really hope they don't have another Lightning Helix here. We're just going to go for it. They don't have anything. They would have definitely held that up there, and we drew an instant speedway to interact. So we're just going to go for it, and we have Skullcrack at the ready. Alright, yeah, I was like, but I feel like our opponent has nothing here. Okay, so we want Fatal Push. We want Dragon's Claw. And we really don't want anything else. Bobs seem not great on the draw. Cut a Bump of the Night. And yeah, just cut Bump of the Nights. They don't turn on Dragon's Claw. So cut Bump of the Nights. And yeah, I don't think we want Bobs on the draw. Creatures are just bad on the draw. Yeah, that's right. Bop them for sure. We have Bolt, Dragon's Claw. Yeah, like this hand's great. Our opponent has I forget what it's called. If they have Core Firewalker, which they don't, we're in pretty bad shape here. Sunbay Canyon, okay. So we're just gonna say go here and pitch a canyon. We're gonna with the trigger on the stack, we're gonna fetch for a basic here. Skullcrack's pretty good one. We're gonna kill the Swiss Spear here. And we have a skull crack on top, which is fine. Play Dragon's Claw, say go. Just missed my opportunity to do that. Which Dragon's Claw is great because it turns all of their lightning bolt effects into shocks. Always yes, always yield. We really need like a Searing Blaze effect so that we can get something on the board here. We're gonna attack for 2 here, and we are going to kill their Swiss Spear. They're playing Searing Blood, which is interesting to me. Didn't really know that was a card, if I'm being honest. We're gonna net stay the same after we kill this thing. So we're at 10. They have 2 cards in hand, and we have cards to let us help gain life the rest of the way. Hey man, I'm gonna bounce. Text me sometime so we can catch up. Yeah, absolutely, man. I appreciate you coming by and hanging out. I'll shoot you a text and we can get together and hang out sometime, man. Sounds great. Blood Crypt and Searing Blaze. Um, we're gonna go to 8 here. I think we have to stay back and block just because if not, like, we're just like super screwed if they have like any burn spell. Like 2 burn spells kill us. Searing Blaze is really bad. We go to 9, we go to 4, we draw a land. Yeah, that's not great. So, I mean, we're going to go to 5 here, and then they probably just have it. They have to have 2 spells here. If not, we go to 1. Sounds good. I have a 3-day weekend next week. Hey, that's awesome, man. Oh, the skull crack prevents us from gaining life, so yeah, we're just dead. Okay. Yeah, it's not great, but that's okay. Alright, see you, Logan. Thanks for stopping by, man. I still feel like our hand is okay this way. Yeah, like our hand's set up well. We just, unfortunately, in the red-black deck, you don't get Lightning Helix. And Sovereign Spite's great, but it's not Lightning Helix. Gaining 3 life, killing something, and like it's just like it's at instant speed is insane. Like it's what you want. Yeah, this hand's great. We have Rift Bolt for whatever they do on turn 1. Then we have Dragon's Claw to follow it up. So okay, him fetching a basic means he doesn't have Core Firewalker in his hand. We're just gonna Rift Bolt that. We will slowly control the game and win the game with our hand the way it's set up. We're gonna fetch for a basic here. We're gonna run out our Dragon's Claw and say go. Hopefully there's no Smash to Smithereens here. If he has Smash to Smithereens here, it's kind of a blowout. But there's nothing we can do about it. Always yes, always yield. Swiss Spears essentially keep us at the same thing we were at. Goblin Guy's good, gains us a life. Wooded Foothills. Skewer that. Gain a life. Sunbait Canyon, and he has to have double bolt here. So we're just going to go ahead and do this now. We just net stay the same off Dragon's Claw. And if he has double bolt, he has double bolt. There's nothing we can do about that. Every spell we play the rest of the way. Okay, Searing Blaze is fine. Like, our Dragon's Claw has done more than enough right now. Let's try to end the game. We're going to hang on to the Blood Crypt in case we draw a Searing Blaze. I'm not going to lie, like 17 to 8 in the Burn Mirror feels like a commanding position, especially when your opponent is drawing cards. Goblin Guide essentially deals 1 this turn. Sunbait Canyon off the top, draws an extra card. We're going to go ahead and draw a card now just to see what we hit. We're going to play Blood Crypt tapped. We're going to suspend Rift Bolt. And we have a lot of outs here at winning the game. So especially with our opponent at 7 and us being at 16, feels like the writing's on the wall here. I've lost crazier games, but and we have the security of Rift Bolting this because even if we draw terribly here, we still have Skewer to kill the Goblin Guide with. Hitting as many lands as we have is very unfortunate. I'm still on the kill this and go upstairs plan. We have 2 more canyons to cycle with. Yeah, put us to 13. I mean, any burn spell does it here, and every time they play a spell, it's a shock. I'm assuming that's a chat window to the right side. Do people talk trash often, or is that not a thing in Magic? So, I have played against people who, like, not necessarily, like, talk trash, like, I guess, like, in the sense of, like, I'll try and help, like, in case our opponent has, like, creatures we need to kill. Our opponent's on 6. Our opponent is also playing Blackcleave Cliffs. They're probably playing Jund. Like, they're probably playing a lot different deck than we are. We're going to fetch for a mountain to not let them know what's going on. And we're going to attack for 2. They're probably going to push this or bolt it. If I had to guess. No. It could be like some kind of like version of Shadow. I imagine it's Jund. Renin 6. Okay. Like, Renin 6 is great for us. Like, in the nicest way towards our opponent. Like, I love to see Renin 6 at the table. Drawing a 3rd Skullcrack is it's actually pretty good. Like, show you bump in the night, reveal that. And then we're hoping to hit a land here next turn. We're going to attack him. We don't care about his Planeswalker. We're just going to kind of let it sit. We know he has a Blood Crypt. And... Alright, and an Abrupt Decay. Okay, so Abrupt Decay is pretty good for our opponent. That means they don't have to have Liliana here to kill our Goblin Guide. They can Abrupt Decay it if they don't want to take damage to play their Liliana, but they might want to get their Liliana down, even if it's worth 2 points, just to start plussing to make us discard. Okay, so they actually don't have to pick here, they just have the Swamp. Minus. Yep, sack this. They have Abrupt Decay, Blood Crypt. I think we're just going upstairs here. Like, I don't really see a... We'd really like to hit a land here. Um... I think we're just going to say go here. And whenever they plus, we're just going to pitch a Skullcrack. We're at best here 2 turns away this turn, and we can't kill him next turn. Like, no matter what we draw here. hitting a land right there allows us to go Skullcrack into Lava Spike, and then we would have liked to have drawn another burn spell because it would have allowed us to win the game off the top, but in this sequence it doesn't. We needed a land there to have a win next turn. So 4 cards, Blood Crypt, Abrupt Decay. Yep, return your Overgrown Tomb. I mean, it seems good. Like, you're getting to pitch cards and just pick them back up. Play your Blood Crypt. I mean, our opponent saying go here is, like, actually just insane for us. Like, they have no pressure. Like, there's nothing on the board that makes me scared. Play Bump in the Night. And then we will play Skullcrack, discard Lava Spike here, just in case they have some way to gain life. Yep, each player discards a card. We're going to pitch our Lava Spike. They're probably going to pitch an Overgrown Tomb and pick it back up with Wrenn 6 here. Pitch a Bloodstained Mire and pick it back up. I mean, either way, like, they're giving us more information for absolutely no reason. Bloodbraid Elf is okay. Putting a Goyf into play is actually kind of scary. It's a pretty good clock. We go to 13. Yep. We're going to go to 12 here off of the Skullcrack, or off the... Play the Overgrown Tomb we knew about. They have a Bloodstained Mire in their hand. We're going to fire this off. Riftbolt, Skewer, any burn spell in the deck is lethal off the top. Yep. Cast. That worked out. So... Jund is an interesting one that you can make a lot of arguments for here. Yeah, that's right. Bop him. Fatal Pushes seem pretty good, and Eidolon seem good. We don't want to let our opponent draw any extra cards, which is what Bob does. Come on, over here, big guy. And our creatures aren't great on the draw. I know, which is ironic because we're bringing in Eidolon, but I still think it's worth. Cut a Goblin Guide. Try it like that, see what happens. Feels pretty good to me. Our hand's good. Like, we're on the draw. We keep this on the draw and hope that we draw a land here. It's possible we don't, but we still keep this. I think it's worth. Inquisition. If they don't have a way to beat our Eidolon, they take our Eidolon. If they're trying to gain life, they take our Skullcrack. Short of that, they probably take our Swiss Spear because everything else is redundant. Yep, take our Eidolon. Makes sense. Which means they have a push or a bolt or an abrupt decay or something here. Not drawing a land is kind of rough, but Skullcrack is a very good card. 18 all. Our opponent, Collective Brutality is probably the worst card for us here. So not drawing a land there isn't great, but we're going to play the Goblin Guide. They know about everything but our second Skullcrack.
I don't know, that's what I'm asking.
And 6ing it here is kind of giving away that we don't have a land. I actually have a Fatal Push on top. Ugh, and a Fatal Push in their hand. Boo. It's okay. Well, them having a green source means they can't play Liliana, but they do have Goyf and Push. Jesus. All right, land or we're dead. Okay, land. We're still playing. Um, and then we're gonna skewer. Racing the Goyf is gonna be very difficult. They're at 11. If they don't have another discard spell, we have 9 points in our hand, which means if we draw an untapped land, we can go Skullcrack into Bolt. They're gonna push our Swiss Spear here, put us to 13. So we will win the race if we hit a land and we hit a burn spell, a 1 mana burn spell specifically. So it has to be a pretty interesting sequence of cards here, but very doable. I think Rift Bolt. I think drawing like a 1 mana burn spell there buys us maybe has enough time. So we put him to 5. Oh, it's so bad, and we can't Skullcrack. God, I would have loved to have Skullcracked him into Oblivion. I think we're gonna lose the race off the back of that one there. That's pretty rough. So he goes to 11. He goes to 8. We're gonna go to 8 here. Bloodbraid Elf probably ends the game if that's what he has. Seasoned Stake Mancer is not good. It's not good for you, boy. We go to 8. He goes to 8. Then we take 7, go to 1. And we get to put him to 5. So he goes to 7. Then he goes to 4. Then we, like... So we have to hit land into 1-drop, and he has to have basically no ways to interact with me. No! Alright, we lose. There's just no like sequence of draws here that keeps us in the game, especially not back-to-back creatures. So, Eidolon, Searing Blaze, Skullcracks, Fatal Pushes. Yeah, it feels pretty good. Our creatures are a little bit better on the play, but heart of the cards. Yeah, I mean, honestly, that's honestly like how I feel sometimes when I'm playing Magic, man. I'm like, bro, if I draw these exact 3 cards in a row, I'll win. And then sometimes it happens, and I'm like, okay, I have to be cheating. So I think this is a hand that we keep and hope that we draw into a black source. There are 2 mountains and 4 sunbaked canyons that don't produce black, so there are 6 lands that don't. So we still have a high chance of drawing into it. But I think this hand's a winner if we draw lands. So even if we draw a mountain or a sunbaked canyon, we can still play our Eidolon on curve, which is good, and our opponent's on a hard mulligan. So with our opponent being on a hard mulligan, if we hit any land here, the game's over. Like I mean, it's very possible that our opponent's hand can beat us, especially with the way our hand is configured and set up. We can get beat. All right, Goblin Guide. I'm gonna need you to stop drawing them lands. Done that most of the games. All right. Play your Verdict Catacombs. Inquisition. Take my Eidolon. Okay.
I hate to break it to you, but like,
Man. So drawing into Scalding Tarn is like as good as it gets. I mean, technically, Black Cleave Cliffs would have been better, but we turned on black and we drew a second land for our Eidolon here. This is looking really good as we need Goblin Guide to miss. Dang! Goblin Guide's murdering on my soul right now. He is trying his hardest to get him back into this game, and he might do it. Okay. takes our fatal push. I mean, we're just gonna go for it. Like, wait, we're gonna put him to 5 here. Man, Goblin Guide. Were those Skittles? No, they're Sweet Tarts actually. The dollar store down the road, and it's probably gonna bring a little nostalgia back for you, Ben. The dollar store down the road actually has Sweet Tarts in a box, like Pa used to give us. And let me tell you, I bought like 12. 12 is an exaggeration. I did actually buy like 6 boxes though, and I have been sitting on them pretty hard. So what? Did you just say that's a weird flex? What are you all talking about? They sack that. Hopefully we draw a burn spell. We're actually gonna say go here because they could have Weather the Storm and blow us out. I'm convinced Paul robbed Wonka of all his sweet tarts. I mean, hey, like, anything's possible. I mean, our opponent drew into a card there. Okay. Our opponent has Luris, which at this point means a lot of, like, could mean almost anything. We're going to lead on Goblin Guide here because it's the most damage on turn 1. And next turn, we're probably going to play Swiss Spear. Polluted Delta tells us nothing. Probably Rakdos Shadow if I had to guess. We're going to play Swiss Spear into Bump of the Night, depending on what they have here. Because unless he wants to discard a card, he is playing something during his turn. Island? Serum Visions, okay. This could be that, like, Grixis pile of cards that plays Luris and, like, Baubles and Cryptic Commands and stuff, so... Puts 2 cards on the bottom. That's what we like to see. That's what we like to see. Our opponent's going to discard a card. Discard Croxa. Okay. I think we're just going to shock this in. And I think we're going to play Swiss Spear and play Bump of the Night here. We want to get as many points in now. And also I think if we draw anything to turn on Skewer, it's good for us. We're putting our opponent to 10 on turn 2. They're drawing into a Croxa that they can't cast because they fetched for basic island. This feels... It feels like we're in the driver's seat, but all it takes is about 1 turn for this game to turn upside down, so... Into Polluted Delta say go? Huh? This is the last match. I just started it, so I mean you're probably looking like 15 minutes. 10-15 minutes. Oh, Mike. Okay, cool. I mean that's cool. Like that. Sounds like fun. Well, tell him I'm playing Magic. I'll get in the party when I'm damn good and ready. And if he's got a problem with it, I don't know. Don't say any of that. I'm just being ridiculous. You weren't going to say any of that, were you? Okay, thanks. I'm glad to know you got my back. Nope. You guys heard it here live. Carly stabbed me in the back. I'm going to turn around and I'm going to need somebody to pull the knife out of my back. You can't even hear me, can you? I said you heard it here live, guys. Carly stabbed me in the back. I said, Ben, I'm going to turn around. Please pull the knife out of my back. It was just a joke because you weren't going to say anything that I said. I was just trying to be funny. Obviously, it didn't work. Don't glare at me like that. I like the use of the emote, Ben. I feel like that's a very accurate statement. All right, so we take game 1. Gonna be honest, have no idea what our opponent's playing. We saw Serum Visions, Croxa. Maybe we want a couple Rakdos charms, and we probably want Eidolon, cut bobs, and Searing Blaze doesn't seem great here. I'm going to find a way to make that your contact photo in my phone. I mean, Ben, if you want, I'll just send you the picture, bro. Like, I'm happy to just shoot you the picture so that you can have it in your phone if you want, man. Eidolon's couple Rakdos charms to like help save up against things. If they're playing Pyromancer or something like that, it could also like deal them some damage with the tokens. So we kind of get some like overlapping advantage here with Rakdos charm. Rakdos charm is one of those that would ruin the adventure. All right. Hey, I'm happy to not share the picture with you and make you earn it too, Ben. So Searing Blaze isn't great. Our opponent mulligans. We have a sideboard card in Double Skullcrack. I'm interested in keeping this, especially because we're on the draw. We'll probably draw a land. Okay, we'll probably draw a land is just wrong, and me being an arrogant douche. But we're gonna draw a land. All right, we didn't draw a land, but that's okay. We're gonna suspend Rift Bolt and Sego here. Our opponent's on 6, plays Blackcleave Cliffs. I imagine they have a removal spell. If not, they bluffed it very well. I mean, we didn't have a creature, but gets basic island here. Dreadhorde Arcanist. So I think we're gonna take the more aggressive line and hope we draw it, and so that we can Searing Blaze it. Damn. I mean, it's not really that aggressive because we had Skewer as backup play, but I still feel like it was like taking that line to being able to Searing Blaze their creature is really good. And honestly, hopefully they just like put Lurrus in their hand or something. Maybe this is like, I would say maybe it's Delver, but they're playing Blackcleave Cliffs, so I don't think it's Delver. Something tells me you don't want to play a red-black fastland in your blue win condition deck. Puts 2 cards on top of their library. Plays another one. Land, please. That's not great. Them getting to snap back Serum Visions is not good. Drawing a land there would have been great. Being able to Searing Blaze that thing would have been awesome. But it's okay. We have a lot of play here. We have a lot of points in our hand. So, man, they could just get the Inquisition, like snap Inquisition with that Dreadhorde Arcanist. That's pretty good. Definitely see why they banned Dreadhorde Arcanist in Legacy. Takes our Searing Blaze. Okay. I'm not gonna lie. Kind of surprised by that one. But I guess not surprised. I guess they feel like they have to have the Dreadhorde Arcanist to really do anything here. Take our Bump of the Night, if I had to guess. Taking Bump of the Night turns off Skewer the Critics. Because then we don't have a land. And we don't have anything else. So, like, it's... Taking Bump of the Night, yeah, makes the most sense here. We go to 19. So... It feels like the game is over. But we're going to keep playing. Because why not? This is also what I get for just snap calling that we're going to draw a land here. The fact that they milled 2 cards and didn't hit lands is A, kind of frightening, and B, like good all at the same time. Snap Serum Visions, yep. I imagine the blue has to be short of for card draw, puts 2 cards in the bottom of their library. Also has to be for like some number of counter spells. So I imagine we're probably playing around like Mana Leak here. Or, yeah, like Remand, Mana Leak, that kind of thing. Drown in the Lock is really good here. Alright. Deck, you're killing me. It's been 14 cards. We just need one. Give me another land! Oh no! Yeah, like I said, I feel like this one might be over here. Thought again? No, hit a mountain. You know, the funny part is we have a lot of points in our hand. I mean, like, you know, 12 to be exact. Lol, I got it, but it's super pixelated. I'm not surprised, honestly. I had to put it had to like size down to like be able to fit, so I'm not really surprised. Wow, just snapped that one off, didn't we? There was no hesitation there. They have a fatal push. I mean, I imagine they have another removal spell. The game's been going on too long for them not to.
That's like all I heard. I have no idea what the fuck he was talking about.
Oh, here we go. This should be good. Oh my god, that is extremely pixelated. That's hilarious, though. I love it, man. Are we dead yet? No, we're not dead yet. Not gonna lie, I've kind of just like chalked this game up to being over with, so hey, we can play that one. Lava spike you. Ha 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 ha. You know, actually, like, as much as I've been talking about it, we can. Oh, they're going for the dub here. We can actually, if they don't have counter magic and they run out their allures here, we can actually just like skull crack them every turn to hold up. Bolt us, bolt us, go for the win. I like it. They don't have counter magic and we draw a land here, we can actually skull crack them. We can't. We're not gonna win the race. No, stop gaining life. We didn't even draw a land, bro. Are we serious right now? All right, when we have a land coming. Ooh boy, it's gonna be a minute. All right, it's okay. It's okay. So we've seen Dreadhorde Arcanist. We haven't seen another creature other than Lurrus and Dreadhorde Arcanist. They're probably playing Bobble. I think the 2 Searing Blazes is fine. Like, I don't really want. Yeah, I think we just want this the way it is. I think this hand's a mulligan. I think this hand equally sucks, but we're forced to keep this. Bump of the night. Get him. Get him, get him, get him, get him, get him. Our opponent shocks, plays Inquisition, takes our Lava Spike. Or they take our Skewer. Play our Sunbite Canyon. They know about the Tarn and the Skewer. We're just going to crack our Canyon here. Drawing another land there is not good. We put one on the bottom, so drawing our 5th one kind of sucks. But yeah, man. Take our Skewer. I got nothing for you, bro. Draw another land. Draw another land. I mean, 9 cards. We have 4 spells and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We have 3 spells, not even 4 spells. I lied. So we have 4 spells and 6 lands. 3 spells and 6 lands and 9 cards. There's not much we can do about it. We're just kind of hope that we hit like running gas here, and that our opponent is forced to play in an awkward situation. We're drawing all our lands from last game, so. Croxa? Sure, you got it, buddy. Yep. You take 3, you make us discard. Play that. Gonna be honest. Wow. Yeah, like it. So, I mean, they have to put 2 more cards in the graveyard this turn and have a red land. So, I mean, we can Searing Blaze something if they play something for us to Searing Blaze. That is something we can Searing Blaze. Hopefully there's no, like, mana leak here. We really just need this one to go through. We'd like to be able to keep their stuff off the field, and we'd like to get some more points in. Smells like a Drown in the Lock. Yep. Another Searing Blaze would be sweet. What is that? In 13 cards, we've seen 4 spells. So 9 lands in 13 cards. Unfortunately, this just kind of happens sometimes. There's not really anything you can do about it. Like, it's... and our opponent has Dragon's Claw. I think this is about as get bent as you can. So... Gonna be honest, I don't really know like what cards we're looking for here. Like Skullcrack is fine. We can just hold Skullcrack here, like indefinitely. Bolt us. I should have responded and Skullcracked him. There, it's probably as good as it's gonna get as far as stopping them from gaining life goes. I mean, this has just been a like terrible draw. Like we've drawn 5 spells and 14 cards. We've drawn almost double as many lands as we have spells in our burn deck, so it's looking like another hard 3-2, sadly. We've drawn 15 cards, and we've drawn double as many lands as we have spells. So, I mean, there's just... We're going to fire off Skullcrack here at the chance that we are able to untap and start flashing back Bump of the Night, which is a terrible win condition, but it's where we're at right now, so there's not much else to do about it. Our opponent's going to Thought Scour us again, so they might Thought Scour themselves this time, like who knows. Yep, hit us. Hit 2 spells. Yep, there it is. The only good thing that comes from this is the fact that there is not that many lands left in our deck. In fact, there's actually very few. So we are likely drawing spells the rest of the way. Flashback. Bump of the Night, you. Drown in the Lock. Was it Snapcaster Bolt us? So you snap Bolt us, put us to 5, then you have 3 on the board. You're at 15 and you just took a turn off your clock. I don't really understand that line of play, but at this point I've drawn so poorly it doesn't matter what you do. Yay, we died. Alright, so we finished 3-2. Not bad, all things considered. Where does that leave us with points? 170 points. Okay, we're gonna open all these packs. They're all worth garbage, and none of them have anything, but we're gonna open them anyway. Hey, a Birds of Paradise. We might actually randomly play that in something one day. So
The helicopters that you found?
let's see here. Did we go 3 and 2? I don't know. Oh, that's not what we wanted. Okay, so Rakdos Burn list. We finished 3-2. Deck felt pretty good. I'm pretty sure we were gonna go 4-1, but our deck, like Moto, just kind of took over and we lost because of it. That's okay though. Deck feels solid. I kind of really like it. We never really actually like in an entire league. I never once got to use Stormfist Crusader's ability. We drew that the least out of anything tonight. So I hate to say that it's bad or it's anything else, but I don't know. We didn't get to play it. So I don't know. Deck feels good. I don't really think I'd change anything. Maybe you can cut the Rain of Gores from the side for something else. I'm not really sure what else you play there on the side, but it feels fine. Maybe you cut that, and yeah, I got nothing. But I'm gonna take a couple-minute break here, and when we come back, we're gonna be playing some Cold War. A few of our buddies are playing right now, so we're gonna hop on and play Cold